My mother-in-law said I don't know how to cook properly, so I let her handle Thanksgiving dinner. I've been hosting every single holiday for my husband Nathan's family for 5 years straight. 14 people show up at my house expecting miracles, while his mom, Linda, parks herself in my kitchen watching me cook like she's Gordon Ramsay. Last month when I was preparing a family dinner, she followed me around saying things like, "That's not how my mother made gravy. But I guess your mother never taught you anything." Then she turned to Nathan's sister, Amy, and whispered loud enough for me to hear, "I don't know why he married someone who can't even cook a proper meal." When we sat down to eat, Linda took one tiny bite of my perfectly roasted chicken, spit it into her napkin, and announced to the whole table, "This is completely dry. I feel bad for my son having to eat like this every night." Nathan just kept eating silently while Linda kept going, pushing her plate away. My mother would roll over in her grave seeing this pathetic attempt at a family dinner. That's when I put down my wine glass, smiled sweetly, and said, "You know what, Linda? You're absolutely right. Why don't you show us how it's done and make Thanksgiving this year?" Everyone froze with their forks in the air. Nathan actually looked up from his plate for the first time. "What?" Linda's face went from smug to panicked, but she covered it with a weird laugh. "Well, I suppose I could show you all how it's actually supposed to be done." She spent the rest of dinner talking about her mother's secret stuffing recipe and how she'd make everything from scratch. The week before Thanksgiving, Linda called asking, "How many pounds should the turkey be?" "Oh, Linda, I wouldn't know since I never learned to cook properly. Remember?" She called again asking, "What temperature do you cook it at?" "Gosh, Linda, I just guessed since I don't actually know how to cook." The night before Thanksgiving, she called again, panicking because she just realized the turkey needed to defrost. "How long does that take?" I said, "Someone with your expertise would know that," and hung up. Thanksgiving morning, I showed up at Linda's at 9 sharp with Starbucks. She opened the door already crying, still in her bathrobe. The 20-pound turkey was sitting in her sink like a frozen bowling ball. "It won't defrost," she screamed at Nathan, who was trying to chip at it with a butter knife. "When did you take it out?" I asked, sipping my latte. "This morning. Nobody told me it takes days." I started recording, just capturing these family moments. Nathan's dad, Bill, was putting on his coat and muttering, "This is my 4th grocery run." She forgot everything. Linda had opened the cooking wine and was drinking from the bottle. "Stop recording and help me," she yelled. "But Linda, you're showing us the proper way. I want to remember this." She threw a potato at my head. Then she started running hot water over the frozen turkey. Amy walked in and said, "Mom, you're going to poison everyone." Linda snapped, "I've been cooking since before you were born. I know what I'm doing." She shoved the rock-solid turkey into the oven. "It'll defrost while it cooks." By noon, the smoke alarm was screaming because she forgot bread in the oven. The green beans looked like baby food because she'd left them boiling for an hour. She was trying to mash potatoes with a fork because she didn't own a masher. "Why didn't you cut them smaller?" Amy asked. "This is how my mother did it." Linda shouted that I held up my phone. "Can you repeat that?" She launched another potato at me. The stuffing looked like bread chunks floating in broth, like sad soup. We were starving and started eating crackers from her pantry. Nathan's cousin looked at the box and said, "These expired in 2019. Linda grabbed the box and threw it at him. "They're still good." At 5 o'clock, the thermometer said the turkey was done, but when Bill started carving it, blood ran onto the platter. "That's just turkey juice," Linda insisted as he cut deeper. It was still frozen in the middle. "This could kill someone," he said. Linda started sobbing. "Why is this so hard?" I couldn't help myself. Maybe some people just weren't taught how to cook growing up. She looked at me with pure hatred, then grabbed the turkey platter and threw it in the trash. "There, are you happy now?" I smiled sweetly. "I sure am." Right on cue, the doorbell rang. The pizzas I had ordered arrived perfectly on time. While everyone was devouring the pizza, Linda said, "I hate that you make everything look so easy." I took a big bite of pepperoni pizza and said, "Well, Linda, at least now everyone knows which one of us actually can't."